Hello, everyone. Welcome to one more episode of Talking Times. I am Maick Ofel, your host, and get ready, guys, because we're gonna have an amazing conversation about meditation. A lot of benefits here, like life-changing stuff. Take notes. And don't forget to send your questions, like the video. And I'm here with Fellipe Marques. You're about to meet him right
Hello,
after
guys.
our podcast intro. Hello, Felipe.
Hello, Mike.
Welcome, man. Thank you so
Thanks.
much for being here.
Oh, my pleasure.
Man, we have a lot of stuff to talk about. It's even difficult to start, but
Yeah.
let's start with the basics.
Yeah, basics,
Can you
and then we
please-
go nuts.
Yeah. If you think I'm crazy, you're gonna be certain today. Well, can you please introduce yourself?
Hello, guys. I can look at here.
Yeah,
All right. I'm Felipe. I am teacher and coordinator at Times Trianon, Times Idiomas. I'm also a chemical engineer, and I am a kind of person that likes to make a lot of questions, and I just want to try to understand what is the universe. That's my purpose.
Yeah, I can relate to that. Interesting enough, you mentioned before you have this background in chemistry, but it's not the big passion, right?
Yeah.
You're into physics.
Exactly. Chemistry is not totally my jam, but physics is what attracts me. Because, well, okay, we can try to explain what is the universe using chemistry, but physics goes beyond, I think. Like, I like very much to think about the time,
Mm-hmm.
time perception. So I think we're gonna talk a little bit about meditation here,
Yeah.
this kind of stuff. But yes, I'm a fan of Newton, Einstein, Stephen Hawking. Recently, I've read a book of Stephen Hawking about the time.
Yeah.
It's a short history, a brief story about time.
Yeah.
You know the one? And he explains about the arrows of time, and this got me a lot. It's very cool.
Man, when I was in school, that's why when we start studying, I don't know, you can explain your story there later, but mine was I was really into philosophy because of the same thing you mentioned. Like I wanna understand, I wanna know, and I had always these questions. I was a very religious person, and every time, oh my God, where is God? Does he care? Where can I find him? And then why am I here? All those
I
questions,
relate, I relate.
yeah. And then when I had the first philosophy class, it was like mind blowing. I say, this is the stuff that I want. The teacher is asking the questions I want to know. And it turns out when you see the rabbit hole for the first time and how deep it is, I couldn't help myself but just dive in.
Yes.
And it has been getting deeper and deeper. How was your
Totally.
your changing?
For me, it started with another book called I don't know in English. It's The Word of Sophie.
I think it's
Yeah.
the same name, I guess.
Yeah. So I started with this one, and I was like, oh, they try to explain the world or the universe as like everything is an individual. Everything is an individual. And then he changed to another philosopher like, no, everything is connected. Everything is together. And then they changed again.
And then why not both?
They are provoking us a lot, and that's philosophy about like
Yeah.
making the questions and never stop searching the knowledge. I like very much to learn as I like to teach.
Yeah, man, and something that makes me really happy. We were talking before about the attention span deficit that this generation has. And 10 minutes on, 5 minutes on, I feel old already. This generation.
Yeah.
No, but but there is hope. I've seen when I meet people like you, I feel very happy because uh, I like to
Appreciate it.
think that if you want to know the truth, whatever is nice not to be dogmatic and to have this multidiscipline approach. Like I think it's Sapolsky who says that when you think hard enough, correct me if I'm wrong, but chemistry, physics, and biology is the same discipline, but through different lens. Like
Yeah.
we're aiming in a different place. But
Exactly.
and that's very nice because people are having this podcast now of 3-4 hours on the internet, going against the trend of everything has to be fast and 20 seconds, you know.
Yeah. Looks
It,
like looks like we society is training us to has less focus
hmm
on things that are always shorter videos, shorter relations, interactions.
Yeah.
And when we try to make questions and meditate, that we're gonna talk about later.
People feel bothered, like, how
Yeah,
dare you to
yeah,
question?
people feel frustrated when they try to meditate because they think it's about erasing or clean. Just don't think. That's not the point, you know?
My first contact with meditation was like this. As a teacher, Felipe, do you feel this on the students that is getting harder to teach and make people pay attention?
Yes, it is. It's hard to keep attention of the students for 1 hour because I don't think they do things in a daily basis that requires 1 hour of attention.
Ah,
1 hour
it's
of
true.
attention.
Yeah.
Everything is so fast. Looks like they're training us to be more ADHD-ish, you know?
Yeah, yeah.
Like people who have the ability to focus in a long period in something looks like they are getting very ahead of the others just because we have a normal span of attention.
Yeah, like you basically do whatever your brain's already supposed to be
Yeah,
doing.
we're
Man,
prepared to do that.
yeah, it's crazy. What are your techniques when you need to hook the attention of the students? Because I'm basically the class clown, so
Yeah,
I
I do
always
some jokes.
tell, yeah,
I do
jokes
some.
and or I say something obnoxious in a way they're like, "What the hell are you talking about?" No, it's because of blah blah blah, and then they okay, you know.
Yeah, I don't know if I have a specific attention, but a specific technique to call the attention of the students. But I like to bring random curiosities.
That's very nice.
That's one of the things that I love the most about
hmm
teaching, because okay, I have worked in a lot of things before in a lab. I've worked as uh, a lot of technical things that
hmm
okay, I go there and I do stuff. I need to think a lot. I like that, but teaching and when managing people and it's kind of thing, we need to be creative, and I like very
Yeah.
much this kind of. I don't consider myself an exact science
Uh-huh.
person. You know, I don't know if you say like that, but I feel that we can be multidisciplinary, multi-subject
hmm
person and pass this to the students.
Yeah.
So I'm there talking, speaking English, talking with the students. They are practicing the language. I'm working, and I can bring all my random curiosities about anything like self-development, animals, the world, the life, the universe, and everything else. And this is
True.
very fulfilling.
Yeah, so something that I think we shared this, you probably feel blessed too, is that in the conversation classes that we have this autonomy to create like a lot of topics that we like. So, for example, my special classes normally they tend to be related to like social dynamics, philosophy, or why are we here? These questions, you know. For example, one that I like very much is how to survive a zombie apocalypse.
Nice.
And it's a conversation class that we talk
Mm-hmm.
about foraging and skills, and everybody has to convince the other to, okay, I will accept you in my group because I can do this, you know. So, do you use the physics things in your English classes too?
Yes, I've made a special class called What is the Universe?
Oh, share with me this one.
Yes, and I think this one about zombies, I have seen one. It's very good. It was yours. I didn't know it was yours.
Yeah, it starts with the Walking Dead.
Yes,
Yeah.
you need to make a group. Who would you pick to join your team? Like,
Yeah, it's like this.
very good.
Yeah, and
What's the universe? When I made this class, my purpose was just talk, of course, but I wanted to see if some student, some special student could bring something that, oh, I've never thought about that.
yeah.
And we had some student was like, I think it's a bubble, the universe.
Well, that's me.
Yeah, it's a good theory.
Remember the pulsing bubble I mentioned?
Yeah.
I will share with you guys. But
Yeah.
anyways,
Some others said that universe is simulation, like we're inside a
Oh,
matrix.
that's a nice one too.
Yeah, we don't know.
Yeah,
Could
yeah.
be.
Okay. Oh, let me
Do you wanna
before we
share
we get too much focus. Hello, Karen. Hello, Bruna. Hello, Pedro. Hello, Casal Tota.
Hi guys. Hi guys.
Hello, Manilinho 123. Lucas Almeida. Hey, man. Guys. Send your questions. About these topics. I will start with one here. Uh, what is your idea of the universe? If you are interested in this topic, I recommend one guy, Philippe. No, I'm joking. Yeah, true. But Donald Hoffman has a crazy one. He is the one who he says that maybe we are living in a conscious simulation, and we are a lot of conscious interacting. The Matrix one, you will look for a guy that is called.
Neo.
No, yeah, but I forgot the
Morpheus.
name of the guy, man. Nick Bostrom.
That's true.
Yeah, from this. All right, so what is your idea, Felipe, of the universe?
I'm still putting the pieces
Moonwalking
together.
in the air of time.
Yeah. So
that was very good.
about the book I read this year, Stephen Hawking used to say that, well, there are three arrows of time.
Mhm.
Okay, one arrow of time is the one that points from the beginning of the universe to the end,
Okay.
related to the size. So it's a universal arrow of time.
Okay.
So let's say that my left here is past,
Okay.
my right is future. The universe is smaller in the past and bigger in the future.
The discoveries with the James Webb Telescope would be like that.
Like that.
Okay.
So universe goes bigger. This is the universal arrow of time. Second arrow of time is related to entropy. I like very much physics in the college because of that. I was a great student at the thermodynamics. The entropy is a measure of chaos, like disorder. For example, the universe tends to be more chaotic in the future, not the opposite. Your room, if you let your room without doing anything, it will not be tidy. Will not,
No,
will
you're
not
gonna
fix
get a
itself.
mess. Life will pop up.
Yes,
eventually.
you need to put some energy to make entropy, that is the opposite of entropy. So everything goes messier. So the universe in the past is more organized, and in the future is more disorganized. Okay, this is the arrow of entropy, the physical one. And there's another arrow that is the most interesting that we can relate to meditation, is the psychological arrow. We have a way of perceiving time that is not so much attached to the universe itself. Looks like an illusion, you know?
Oh, there we go.
It's like that. Let me see. Can I use Captain America just to explain?
Yeah.
I don't know if... Okay, let me try. Okay, let's say that Captain America... We're Captain America, okay?
Okay, I like that.
You liked? He's a time traveler, but...
Yeah, exactly. Makes sense.
Okay, so the psychological arrow of time to the future means that we sense that the past is behind of us.
Okay.
Past is for here, and the future is for here. And we feel like we're in the present right now, okay, going this direction here.
Okay.
But actually, okay, we're going to the future, but I believe we're going backwards. Why?
Like moonwalking in the arrow of time.
Yes.
That would be the name of a song of a progressive rock band.
Yeah. We're going to the future, but we're not facing the future. Why? We have information about the past through our memories. We
Okay.
can see the past. We have like all these slices of moments that we have passed. We know. We just can't touch. We don't have access, but we know this information, and we have no information about the future. We're blind about the future, but we're going there anyway. So we're going
Yes.
with the back to the future.
So Back to the Future is the name of the band. Moonwalking the Arrow of Time could be the name of the
main-
album or the song.
Yeah, the main song.
I love that.
And since we're going to the future this way, what is the thing of meditation? We get very attached to the past because
Yeah.
we see that we we miss. We have longing for the past.
Yeah, we feel guilt about it.
Guilt. We regret a lot of things. We look at the past and say, "Oh, I could be here. I could be there. This was better." And about the future is different. We feel fear because we don't know. Unknown is very scary.
Yeah, it is.
And since it brings sometimes anxiety because we are always thinking about the future. Oh, how it's gonna be? How can I change it?
Yeah.
We don't know. And the present. What is the present? The present is the only where we can touch it. Imagine. Oh, it's gonna be a little crazy, this analogy. Crazier than Captain America.
I like that already. We are with Captain America walking the arrow of time.
Yes, and now I would like to say that let's pretend that the table is the universe,
Okay.
and where Captain America is, imagine a block. I don't know if we can say block or piece of cheese. He's
Okay.
inside a piece of cheese,
Okay.
and he's going to the future, slicing every moment. Every
Okay.
slice of cheese left behind is the past. The rest of the cheese that he doesn't even know if there's more cheese or no to there because he's looking to the side. And what is the present? The present is the slice of cheese he's touching. It's the only slice he can touch, he can feel, he can interact with.
Is to be aware when you are doing the slicing.
Yeah,
And
because
pay attention to the transition.
You can touch the past and you don't know if there's a future. So what can you do? You can enjoy the cheese around you.
Yes.
You can touch where you are. You're talking about the sensation that you had about perceiving things. Can you bring this?
Oh
for
man,
us?
that was amazing. Turns out, one things that have changed me when I started doing meditation. And by the way, before I forget, great Slipknot song. Good evening. I'm Simone, student at Times School Jardins. Shout out to you, Simone. Lucas said, "Show Felipe the best coordination."
Oh, thanks, Lucas.
Nice. Marcel asked about how to start meditation. Hello, Babi. So, my experience with meditation was frustrating at first because I imagined meditation was only one thing, one practice. And I was practicing Kung Fu, and then I decided to do the one that was like, empty your mind. And then I say, imagine me, teenager, like 13 years old. Okay, I will be like Bruce Lee now, Mike Lee, to start meditating. All right, I have to empty my mind. How tough can that be?
It's very hard.
Then I say, okay, oh my God, I'm hungry. Oh, maybe there's a mosquito here. How do I get girls to like me?
Yeah.
Have I done my homework? Oh my God,
Thousands of
meditation is not for
pop-ups.
me. After years, long story short, I discovered mindfulness meditation. That's awesome. It's my favorite
Exactly.
one. Basically, what you have to do, like Felipe was explaining, you have to pay attention. Instead of trying to empty your mind, you pay attention in every possible stimulus there.
Yeah.
The temperature, the smells. There is some awareness exercise that is nice. For example, you guys watching now. Pay attention in, okay, let me hold my horses here.
Yeah.
Pay attention in the sensation of your butt touching the chair or the sofa you are now. Can you feel it? You can feel it, huh? You are not
Your
aware of
feet.
that sensation.
Your feet touching the floor.
Your feet touching the
You
floor.
weren't thinking about that.
Exactly.
Paying attention to that. But now you can feel your true feet.
It's amazing. And when you start doing this practice a bit every day, you have neuroplasticity there, it will become a habit. So what happened? I got to a point where everything, the most trivial experience, can become fascinating. And I got this experience that I was like just watching. It sounds like I was tripping. I was not on drugs. Okay, I was in front of the school when I started paying attention in one flower. And it's like everything else got blurry and there was just that flower. I'm staring at the mic here because I imagine it's the flower. And then it's like you have this zoom in, locked up there. You are not in the past, you are not in the future. And then there was this bee that started doing whatever bee thing was, pollen, whatever doing. And I said, oh my God, that's so cool, man. And that was it. And it felt really peaceful,
Yes.
You mentioned a
There's a
concept that
word.
is
Yes, there was a word for this concept. It's the only word that I know in Sanskrit. Is chimachikara.
chimachikara.
It's something like that, and it means to wonder the simple things in life. Guys, meditate. Some people are afraid because they stop, and the first time they try, it's like what Mike said. Oh, you have thousands of voices in your mind,
Yeah.
but actually try to empty yourself or be quiet in your mind is not the best way to start
It's very
meditation.
hard.
It's hard. I'm gonna talk about some different kinds of meditations. Clear the mind is the hardest one, is the last.
Yeah.
Okay.
Sometimes happens spontaneously too. You are already in the mindfulness flow.
Yes. You
That
can
everything
go
becomes
into-
one like that.
Yes. So let's see. The first meditation techniques can be the visualization. It's one of the easiest because you just need to remember something good. For example, remember some day that you was very nice for you, your first kiss, the best day of your life, and you will remember that you felt so in the present at those moments, and you will keep your attention to this image. You use visual. Use your imagination to visualize. So visualization, you can try see, you can try to hear, feel, smell. This is one. It's easy because we are used to do this. You just need to focus in on a specific memory or in a specific thing that you want to achieve in the future.
Yeah.
Visualization. Second will be
The breathing one.
Mantras.
Ah, mantra.
Yeah, breathing I think enters in mindfulness.
Okay.
So the mantra is one that you try to, I don't like this term, but to hack your subconscious, trying to give some input. Like there's a movie of DiCaprio where they put, what is the term?
Inception.
Inception. You try to
yes, nice movie.
incept. You try to incept an idea in your conscience through mantra. So you repeat. There's a phrase like repeat up to become true. That's
Okay.
mantra.
It's like fake until you make it thing.
Exact. That's the term. Fake until you make it. So mantra one is good.
But can be any random sentence. For example, I'm gonna get the promotion. I'm gonna get the promotion.
Yes. I'm not afraid of butterflies.
Oh, I was doing that for the cold showers. Like this is not gonna kill me.
Exactly.
This is not gonna kill me. Oh, I was doing intuitively.
Yeah, exactly. We're gonna get to the cold showers later.
Nice, man. So I would recommend the listeners to choose a mantra that is gonna boost your self-esteem. By the way, there are studies. I post a lot of meditation studies on the chat, guys. It's an amazing way for you to practice your vocabulary. You can show to your teacher, use in a special class, do whatever you want. An article about the physics things that we will discuss too. But there are studies showing that for guys, for example, when you do the mirror thing, like you're gonna do it, blah blah blah, there is a boost in your testosterone, so you feel more motivated.
The power posture, right? When
Yeah,
you're
a lot
Superman.
of it sounds like a coach thing, but the problem is those internet quotes, they actually got something that were scientifically based and kind of distorts in a way to sell a
to
course.
make money, exactly.
But don't neglect the scientific aspect. It's amazing. Yeah.
Yes.
And the last one?
Yeah, there's the clearing the mind that is just try to be silent. This can be useful to train your attention at the maximum level. It's
Yeah.
hard, guys. Don't start with the clear the mind thing. Okay,
No.
start with the mindfulness. That's the last one we're gonna talk about. Mindfulness. What is mindfulness? It's what we're talking about all the time. Feel present. Stay in the moment. Feel your body. Feel your breathing. Mindfulness is a way to be so in the present that you don't feel the time passing anymore.
Yeah, man, it's an amazing sensation.
Yeah. And we have different approaches, like paying attention to the breathing, to the environment, to sounds, and what else?
Let's do a quick exercise with the chat.
Let's go.
Guys, there are 50 people watching. I want 50 likes now.
Yeah.
If you don't like it, I'm gonna curse. I'm not. But 50 likes now in the chat. Okay, you can guide us. Okay, Felipe. Like a quick one can be. Let's do the present thing, and you guys do it. And I want you to report how you feel. Okay.
All right. First things first, fix your posture.
Okay. Comfortable now.
A good stance, right? You too, guys. A good stance. Let's try to close the eyes. Don't open, okay? I'm gonna do the same. Now, pay attention to your fingertips from your hands. Feel your hands. Okay, probably you wasn't paying attention to your hand. Now to your legs, right? And think about your arms. Where are your arms now? Are they relaxed? And your shoulders. Your shoulders are relaxed. Relax your shoulder. Now I want you to take a big, deep breath through the chest. Open your chest to the maximum. Let it go. Okay, this is the first step. After that, we could go a little further and try to breathe through the belly, you know? Pull the air, inhale and exhale. Inhale again, try to fill your belly with air and let it go. This is the first step. Try to feel the temperature of the air going in and going out. It's difficult to feel the temperature when not used. You can open the eyes now.
I am relaxed already. I love that.
Relax a lot, right?
Yeah, it's so good, man.
This is
Now
1 minute.
imagine, it's so intuitive, guys. Like me and Felipe, we were talking about this before. We already do it intuitively. Remember the day or the last time you ate your favorite food? When you are eating your favorite food, pretending is a slice of pizza or a burger, the moment you do this and you bite it, you are normally in mindfulness. You are paying attention that you have this over palatable food there, so you are feeling everything coming to your body, like, oh my god, it feels so good. Is because it's unconscious. Or uh, another example of mindfulness that is awesome. Remember the last time you kissed a person that you really loved. I hope you don't kiss somebody like, oh, have I paid my bank app this time while you are there kissing? You're already in mindfulness. Or even simpler, the last time you watched a movie, a series, or read a book that you were really into. You know it's false, but you are so much in the present that if it's a comedy, you laugh.
You don't need your cell phone.
Exactly.
Last time the time passed and you didn't need to look at your cell phone. This is mindfulness. And
time flies, it's like that. Every time basically that you did something that you truly love, and that's how we can jump to the idea that maybe time is an illusion, right? Cognitive illusion. But how do you put the two things together, Felipe? The idea you have about the universe and the meditation practice? Because for me personally, the concept that I had since my version of the universe is like it is a everlasting eternal bubble that expands and contracts, and an eternal cycle of big bangs, and we exist in a very small pixel of it.
Yeah, just a little frame of the existence.
Yeah, and I imagine we are part of the universe that can interpretate itself and whatever is there. So the micro trying to understand the macro.
Yeah.
That's why it's so confusing.
We're
for
particles
us. Yeah.
that are aware that we're particles. The only, the only aware part of the, as far as we know, as long as AI don't come over.
Yeah, exactly. Did it give you peace, man, when you start doing this thing? Peace. Yeah, because for me it was so peaceful.
Totally. For my process with meditation started at the pandemic. I think was a canon event for a lot of people.
Yes.
And I needed to find focus and relax and peace and stop being so anxiety because of my final paper, my TCC, And I discovered meditation was the first, and then I started therapy and exercise on a daily basis, a lot of things. But meditation, guys, it's a tool, okay? It's not the solution. We're not saying like, quit your medicines and go meditate. No,
nothing like that.
It's a tool. The same way as sleeping. I like to compare meditation with sleep because imagine a world that nobody have slept before. Like one guy will be the first guy to sleep. Nobody had slept before, and this guy falls asleep, wakes up, and like, oh my God, I feel so cured. I feel so healed. I'm amazed. I need to tell this to everybody. Meditation is like this. It's one natural thing that we can do we have a lot of benefits. We didn't talk about the benefits, right?
Not yet.
We have a lot of benefits, and people don't do because they think it's hard. When
No,
you
it's
start,
not. It's not.
it's not hard, guys.
You already do, but you don't know you're doing.
I will recommend some apps after the talk here for you,
Mhm.
so you can start like 5 minutes per day, okay?
Mhm.
Because the first guy who had sleep in my fictional universe,
Yeah.
I don't think he slept for 8 hours. It was like a nap.
You're like, oh my god, that feels awesome.
What happened to me?
Yeah.
I shut up. So,
Yeah.
and now then everybody got the practice in my fictional universe. And meditation is the same, guys. I started with 5 minutes, 10 minutes. The maximum was 1 hour, but I've seen my soul and I needed to come back. I don't do drugs too, okay? I don't need this to trip.
Yeah, this is a misconception that people have. There are some studies, with some psychedelics and other stuff that they do in a lab, scientists, that they can turn off the part of the brain that creates the what we call a self. That is basically a symbol that your cortex creates, so all your memories have a link, so you remember the version of you who stick your finger in a plug and got a shock, and then your brain remembers, aha, remember when you did that, it hurt, so don't do it again. Or you touched something hot and you burned yourself. So when you turn that off, like the me disappears or the self disappears, people will describe it differently, but for for me, it was like you feel that you are one with whatever is around you. It's very cool, guys. Imagine you are like a drop in an ocean, and then the feeling of being a drop dissipates, and you become one with the ocean. It's amazing, and I'm
Yeah.
linking this to one of the benefits that, for me, removed the sense of pride and guilt in a way. Like
Yeah.
whenever somebody does something that is awesome, it still feels awesome. It's amazing, but we don't overestimate the doer. We just embrace the fact. It's the same when somebody does something terrible. Like, you will still have consequences, but the feeling of guilt disappeared.
Yes.
Uh, this is one of the benefits that for me was amazing. It helped a lot to treat myself better,
Mhm.
in a way.
Meditation, when you practice, you start to have a little better control of your emotions. We can't control emotions, but we can control what we do with them and how we react. And when you feel like that, in a situation where you could lost it, or you could be very, I don't know, mad, you stop and you breathe and you think twice, you know how to calm down. And I agree with you. Sometimes you can blend with the universe.
Yeah, no, it's amazing. And in our daily basis, Felipe, what are the things that you do now that you can apply the meditation? For example, for me, is whenever I'm waiting.
Nice.
Yeah,
I meditate in the mornings and sometimes in the afternoons too. Uh, Two main techniques I could even teach to the guys. It's like when you need to relax and when you need to energize yourself. Okay?
Nice.
To relax, basically, you need to breathe in a way that your exhale, putting out, is longer than the inhale. So you breathe in 4 and breathe out 8. Slower. So the exhale longer, you will relax. The opposite, the inhale longer, like you see that I'm not forcing it out. I'm just forcing in. Out, I let go normally and breathe. This seems a little crazy, I know, but there's a crazy guy who put together this method. It's called Wim Hof. I think you know.
Yeah, Wim Hof. Huh.
It's related to the cold shower.
Yeah, it got me to start doing cold showers
me
every day.
too.
Yeah.
So his technique, this breathing technique of inhale with intention and let it go, You don't do this more than 30 times, okay, guys? You can
Yeah.
pass out. And you do this technique and then you hold your breath. You can search about Wim Hof, you see correctly how
Yeah,
it
but you
is.
put a Wim Hof method and you will have the whole guided breathing
Yes,
exercise.
for free. It's very cool. And it's one kind of meditation that increases your energy because, well, there's a chemical background there. When you hyperventilate, you bring more oxygen to your muscles. With this, your blood becomes a little more alkaline, and then you don't feel so much pain or stress. You know, when you're exercising, you feel that pain, that
Yeah,
acid. It's good.
it's an amazing sensation.
When you do this practice of this breathing exercise, you can decrease this pain, decrease stress, increase the immune system. So it's amazing that with meditation, it's just controlling your breathing, your breath. You can improve your immune system without needing medication. So
Man,
everybody should do it.
the cold shower thing sounds kind of crazy, or again, is another thing that on the internet
Couch
people
thing.
sounds like a coach thing.
Yeah.
But there are many studies about it, and the basic thing that helped me, for example, was I felt my focus was better because one thing that it is interesting to do during your day, you have, and this is a habit that I started doing. You put yourself in small situations with a small level of stress. For example, as soon as you wake up, don't get your smartphone and go to social media. No, organize your room, prepare your breakfast, do any regular task that demands some effort and is a little unpleasant. Then I do the cold shower thing, and then it's not pleasant. It still sucks, the sensation. It just got better.
First win of the day.
Yeah, it's like that. But then you give yourself a reward. Okay, now I'm gonna eat my breakfast, and then you sit in a comfortable place and have your coffee. And again, you start treating yourself better.
Yes. Eating is something interesting because, well, for example, listening to music. You know that feeling when you're listening to a song and you were numb, wasn't paying attention to the song, and then you say like, okay, I will go back this song and listen again because I wasn't paying the proper attention. This sensation can happen to anything when we are not present, when we are not mindfulness.
Yeah.
So when you stop to think like, oh, did I eat that chocolate bar I was waiting? So you ate, but you didn't pay attention. And different from the music thing, we can't go back in time to try do things again.
Yeah.
With mindfulness, if you practice in a daily basis, daily basis, oh my god.
Yeah.
You start to pay attention where you are and enjoy little moments. See that moments like this one will not come back, and you can be more present. It's a nice conversation, by the way.
Yeah, I was mentioning staring at a cup or a bee in a flower. Now imagine you develop this ability and start staring or paying attention in your partner, in your husband, in your wife, in your kids, while they're doing something that otherwise could be seen as trivial, and you're really in the moment. It's a beautiful feeling.
Yeah.
And a lot of messages in the chat. Okay, I'm gonna cover them all.
Do you have questions?
Yeah, there are many here. Okay, let me go back to the top here. All right. Okay. Hello, Babi. Hello. Oh, Lucas. Lucas was here some time ago. Hi, Jacqueline. Yeah, don't forget to hit the like button. Jonathan mantra is I want to become a Super Saiyan. Yeah, that's a nice one.
My name is
Hello,
Jason.
Cafe. Shout out to you, man. Shout out to Times Butantan. Okay, and show Felipe the best coordinator, sorry.
Thanks.
Okay, Ana Clara here. For those who are Apple users, there is the fitness app and the meditation app. Oh, nice. I love it. Then there is, I think is Lo Young, or Lu Jong. Lo Young is another mindfulness meditation. I recommend you the Sam Harris is a nice one too, And you have a lot of guided meditation on YouTube as well. Hi, Alan. Can meditation help me to have a better performance?
Mhm.
Job exercise, and it's something that I can apply in a silent place. Not only in a silent place, but you can go first.
Yes, there's a very interesting thing that is called flow, the
Mm,
flow state. You know, when
yeah.
you practice, well, we have the flow state naturally, but you can uh, turn this into a tool and maybe a tool that you can use every day. How it is? The flow state is the magical state where you are so focused and
Mhm.
doing something
Yeah.
that you don't see time passes and you are in the maximum of your performance because it's not an easy task. Generally, it's something that requires some skill. So
Mm-hmm.
it's something that you have practiced a lot and you are good. For example, coding or doing some kind of art, playing some instrument, so, sports.
Yeah.
You know,
You are in the zone.
in the zone when the voice says hint to the left, to the
Yeah.
right, and you listen to that voice and you're there present. The flow, guys, can be trained. Some people say, I've seen in a book, I don't remember the author, but the name is Emotional Intelligence, that
Mm-hmm.
the flow states is the maximum of the emotional intelligence because we're using our bodies and minds together to do our best performance. Imagine you could do that every day for 4 hours, for example.
Yeah, or in everything you do, you have a little bit of that. But for example, as a teacher, is when you are teaching a class and the student asks something and you make a question and the student understands and you feel like everything is flowing, hence the name flow.
Yeah,
But
the triggers.
yeah, a perception that I have is like the flow stage is when you are not the experiencer of the experience. You are the experience. Like you are not the observer of the fact. You are the fact.
When you're the flash and you becomes the speed, right?
Yeah, I
You are
love
the speed
it's
force.
something like that. Yeah, it's an amazing feeling. Okay, you Alan asked about job interviews. I talked about a little bit about this on the last episode
Mm-hmm.
as well. Um, because you are so much in the present and you train your body to identify the anxiety triggers before it actually starts. Again, it's not the ultimate wow solution. If you have anxiety, go to a professional, do therapy. But
Yeah.
this is a very nice tool that will help you. For example, instead of getting lost in thought, you will see the thought, it will still appear, you will still feel your feelings like, oh my God, I feel bad. But wait, I know what I'm feeling bad. It's because I need this interview. Well, I need to talk about myself. I know the topic. Then you will kind of hack yourself to relax and then you will pay attention in the present moment. So yes, it will help you in this performance into,
Good
moments
one.
that you feel a little anxious before doing something and is normally worse in your head than it is in the present. And that's the key thing that you kind of
Yeah,
reverse.
it's that fear of the future we're talking about.
Yeah.
When the anxiety hits before an interview or something like that, because it happens, it's normal.
Mm-hmm.
I was a little afraid before we started here.
Normal.
You can try to feel what you're feeling, you know? You can start to pay attention in your heartbeat going faster. You can start to pay attention in your breath, anything, and you will realize that there's no danger. You know, I'm prepared. Well, be sure, prepare yourself for the
Of
interview,
course.
so of
Yeah.
course. So you say I'm prepared. I'm feeling a little anxious, but it's normal. And don't let the overthinking go ahead. Just feel things where you are, and mindfulness, guys, helps a lot.
Yeah, you open yourself to the present sensorial stimulus too.
Mhm.
Okay, Raquel said that you are hot.
Actually, a little cold today. Just kidding.
Actually, she said cat, but in English, hot sounds
Okay,
better. You
thanks,
know.
Raquel. Probably is my aunt.
Bruna mentioned here, I already practice meditation and helps me to organize my thoughts. Yes, we are constantly lost in thoughts.
Hmm.
Uh, okay, people from Times Trianon
Shout
are really
out
praising
times
here. Yeah, shout
Trianon.
out to you guys.
Love you guys.
Felipe, you mentioned when we were talking before that when you do the volunteer work, we were so focused in the meditation, the
Yeah,
universe, we almost forgot that. But that you felt like in a flow state. First,
exactly.
how did you get into volunteering? It was before, right? The
Before the
meditation.
meditation, volunteer work started in my life since I was a child because I used to collaborate in a church, you know.
Mm-hmm.
I have a background religious, and I used to be a musician, to play there, and I used to go to some retreats, you know. And my God, I for 2 days in a row, I didn't want to sleep because I want to live that things,
Mm-hmm.
helping people. Not so much about the extra dimensional thing, but about the helping. And even when I quit church, I was searching for this feeling of helping people. Then I was part of a word skills that was an event that I
Mm-hmm.
translated there. So I was 2 weeks translating, interpreting for people from Dubai.
Okay.
Was very cool. It was like I was working like 16 hours per day because I wanted,
Mm-hmm.
and time didn't pass. It was one of the best experiences in my life. I'm still involved in some volunteer work. For example, tomorrow I have a music presentation for homeless people, bring
Nice.
some entertainment for the poor guys. And well, cleaning waterfalls, I have done this. I have participated in the Hamburgada do Bem. You help kids to have fun, you know, kids without uh, conditions. And what I feel is exactly what we're talking about the flow states. When I'm volunteering, I don't remember I have a cell phone. I'm just there the entire day helping. I see the smiles and I see the hugs and I see whatever the nature clean, and
Guys, amazing.
I feel so. I'm a little. I don't know if I have an activist personality, but I am fulfilled when I see that what I'm doing, my job, has a greater purpose. This is why I like
Mm.
so much teaching because okay, we're talking here about mugs in a class, for
Yes.
example, but I know that I'm delivering a dream for a guy. This guy is practicing English with me about mugs, but he will make a job interview, will change his life, and he
Yeah.
can do good stuff for things. So it helps me feel like in the flow state and makes the difference.
And this is an amazing thing to say because in a way our brain is already wired to have empathy, you know,
Mm-hmm.
and when you are good in anything you do, you will become a functional member of society. You will help you. People will feel better. Sometimes people, I think they procrastinate doing some type of volunteer work because they imagine, oh, I need to be like the Doctors Without Frontiers. I need to go
Mm-hmm.
to whatever distant country. And no, you can.
No,
Sometimes on your neighborhood there is homeless people, or if you are more into animals, you can join an animal or
organization.
organization, for example, anything like that. And it
It's
would be
easy.
exactly this feeling. How people that are into this, Felipe, how can they start doing volunteer work? What would be a good way?
Guys, there are some sites or apps that you can try to access, but uh, you can look for in schools close to where you
Mm.
live. Schools generally do some social event, you know. We can try to find, well, I can give some specific sites, okay, to be easier.
Nice.
There's Wordpackers, it's my favorite, is
Work packers.
Word,
Word packers.
yes,
World packers.
Wordpackers. I'm involved in this one. I'm planning one.
Okay.
You don't need to go very far, you know. You can in your city try to find some place they were looking for volunteers. They exchange like a hostel or food or something like that for your work, and sometimes it's a NGO, sometimes it's a
Mm-hmm.
social organization. It's one. There's, if you want to turn volunteer into a exchange, there's Workaway. It's another international one. um, I said about Hamburgada do Bem.
Mm-hmm.
There is one called Atados, is another you could try to look for. Well, guys, but start, okay? Volunteering is very good for CV, true, right?
Ah,
Curriculum.
yes, yes.
Yeah, it's well seen.
And even you see how crazy it is. I don't know exactly where you stand on the free will thing, you know,
Mm-hmm.
but because I am what they would call hard determinist. I don't like the terms because I think they are limiting, but uh, regardless of that, we still can live our lives in a very practical, fulfilling way,
Yeah.
even with all those crazy thoughts, because I see you as a very practical person. You do the things you love that makes you happy,
I don't
right?
stop my life to work for free.
Yeah,
I think that's the bad way to see volunteering. Like,
yeah.
oh, am I using my time to work for free? No, I think I do in
You're
a
bring value to people, right?
yeah, but I feel a little selfish because I
Mm-hmm.
what I'm looking for is the good sensation. But if I am doing this to help myself with the good sensation, I'm
Yeah,
helping two people, me
exactly.
and the others.
And that's when people get it twisted, you know. Whenever you do that, you will bring value to a group. It's gonna feel awesome.
Yeah.
I mentioned the same example here that you guys do sometimes. You are driving, somebody needs to hop in the traffic line, and you do a beep, beep, go, and the guy like, oh, thank you, and you say, oh my God, I'm such a nice citizen. It feels good because a stranger felt happy because of you, you know. Now imagine somebody looking in straight to your eyes and said, "Oh my God, you really made a difference in my life."
Yes,
Man,
it's good about the homeless people that I told you.
yeah.
When I sing a song, there's a good lyrics, and I look them into the eyes, they smile in a way that, oh my God, worth it already. They
Have
don't
you?
see this. People don't look in the eyes of homeless people, you know?
No, they live as they were part of the scenario.
Yeah,
You know, do you have any
NPC.
stories about really connecting to one of them? Like something that one of them has told you or something like this when you were doing this volunteer work? Like, what was something that stuck to you, man? Like a memory?
Let me see.
For example,
Hmm.
you mentioned that
Oh,
you
one that changed me a lot was in one Hamburgada do Bem that I was. There's a part where you can adopt a child little letter.
okay.
I open that letter. Generally, they don't look for great stuff like, oh, I want a PS5. I want
Yeah.
I don't know, a Ferrari. You
Yeah.
say like that, you know. And I was like, okay, let me see if I can afford this wish here. And was like something that I couldn't because I was like, oh, I wanna have this kind of food in my Christmas next year. And I was like, oh my God.
Oh man, damn.
Oh my God. I think I this one I when there's a object, for example, we can literally donate and they send. This
Okay.
one I couldn't, but messed with me a lot, you know?
Yeah, something that uh, is about gratitude is like is a stoic principle in a
Mm.
way that if you wanna and meditation crazy enough helped me with that as well. Maybe you have had a similar experience,
Mm.
but uh, some especially with social media, sometimes we are upset because we are paying attention, again, misdirecting, misleading our
Mm-hmm.
focus to a lot of stuff that we don't have and we wish we could have. When you do that backwards, like, what are all the things that I have in which if I don't, my life would be significantly more miserable?
Yes.
Man, you start feeling so grateful to have a place to sleep, to have food on your table, to have a family that loves you. It's crazy how you even feel a little embarrassed with the thoughts you had before, you know? And then you say,
Yes.
okay, it wasn't my fault. All right, now I know better.
Exactly.
You
And I
know?
don't think we're meant to be looking at so many people's lives, you know?
Yeah,
I
yeah.
made experience of having 30 days without social media in
Oh, you
September.
did like a fasting.
Totally. And changed my way of thinking about how many people I follow that I don't need to, and how sometimes I feel bad when I am so much inside the social media.
Mm-hmm.
So I don't, well, it's not a bad thing in general, right?
Yeah, we are in one here.
Yes, but try to control your time better.
Hmm.
Try to use this with wisdom, you know? It's a
Yeah.
good tip.
How do you control, man, your online time?
I delete the Instagram and all the social media during the
You went
week
whole Buddhist monk.
for
Yeah.
for 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 the week. In the weekends,
Okay.
I turn back. Most
Okay.
of the time, I do like that.
Man, it's clever.
Nowadays, I mean,
Yeah,
that time it was without.
what I start doing is I use as a reward. So
Mm,
if I completely these daily tasks, okay, now I can just go and watch some catch videos or.
nice.
But that's the thing. If you are using social media to provide value to other people, you are teaching something or doing something fun, posting a joke or learning. Like I sometimes watch a like 4 hour podcast because it's a discussion that I'm
Time
studying.
is a superpower nowadays.
Oh yeah, yeah,
Always
yeah,
4 hours
definitely.
of attention. Oh my God.
Yeah, but always think about the reason you are doing that and try not to escape reality, but embrace it.
Yes, sometimes we use social media to escape reality, to be more numb.
Yeah,
But guys, life is better if you try to feel the moment, feel the present, and don't escape reality. Embrace it.
yeah.
Try to become one.
Yeah, yeah, man, it's awesome. Has meditation changed the way you relate to other people?
Yes, of course, improved
In
a
which
lot
ways?
my relations because I can communicate better. I understand better what I feel, and then I can
Mm.
understand my triggers.
Married guys will really use
Yeah,
this.
guys, married people, meditate, guys. Your relationship will improve.
Man, that's very because sometimes I notice, I live with my girl and like sometimes for the most common trivial thing, if you don't stop and say, man, I don't have a reason to linger on this
Mhm.
feeling, and it passes, it goes away, and then oh hello, come here, I love you. Okay, I'll do the cleaning today. Whatever
That's it.
thing
Helps
what
a
you were
lot.
arguing before. It's very interesting. Okay, let me see here. Hi, Christina. She say congratulations.
Thanks.
No, Gabriele too.
Meditation apps I could recommend it just to
Of course.
guys. I use Insight Timer. Insight Timer.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, is one that I am like 400 days in a row nowadays. But there's a lot of like Headspace, Calm. It's very good, and Smiling Mind. Okay,
I
you can
think I've
start
used this
meditation
one.
with
Space what?
Headspace. Very
Headspace is one that
famous.
you have a narrator with a deep voice.
Yes.
Oh, this one was really good.
ASMR.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. It was like, yeah.
Try to start with one of these guys. I recommend, and then you tell me the benefits, okay?
Nice. Guys, if you have questions, send them on. Unfortunately, we are running out of time here. Man, you see, it felt like 5 minutes talking to
Yes.
you. Lisa saying here,
Psychological error of time.
yeah, you see, time is an illusion. Yourself, self is an illusion. Don't worry,
Time
guys.
is an illusion, and time is a great school.
Yeah.
Enroll, guys.
Lisa saying here, are there any options for volunteer online in practicing English at the same time? Um, oh, I think you indirectly answered that one. If you look online, you will probably have some initiatives like, okay, I wanna do a volunteer work teaching English. You will find in
Mm-hmm.
schools, for example, sometimes they will be open on the weekends and do programs like that. Do you know anyone specific about
I
this
knew
one?
one was called one word, one school, something like
Okay,
that. But I don't know if it's still a thing, you know? It
okay.
was like 8 years ago.
One word,
One word,
one school.
one school.
Nice.
Or the opposite.
Lisa is asking, Mike, bring an episode on Stoicism. Oh my God, it would be.
Mhm.
I like Stoicism very much. Marcus Aurelius and Seneca would be a nice. Okay. Lu Yong and Headspace are pretty good too. Oh yeah,
Yes,
nice.
guys. Recommend more in the comments.
Yeah, and guys, I hope you start doing the practice. Okay, look, if you are confused, just start with, like Philip said, few minutes. I started with 1 minute. 1 minute is very fast, guys.
Yeah.
A lot of things can be done in 1 minute. So 1 minute of your day.
We made here.
Exactly. For meditation, it's very simple. Then after a few weeks, start doing 5, then 10, and then you see how it goes. Man, any final message, to our listeners? It was a
Guys,
pleasure having you here.
pleasure, totally pleasure. Guys, try to meditate, will improve your life. If you want, look for a volunteer. When you help one person, I think you're helping everyone.
Yeah.
So that's the feelings. Thanks so much. And thank you for the conversation was amazing. I was
Man,
totally in the present
me
here.
too, me too. Uh, I love talking about this. Every time my head goes like, oh man.
Yes.
Guys, thank you so much for being here with us. Don't forget, if you're not subscribed, subscribe, like the channel. We post these episodes weekly and is brought to you by Times Idiomas. And I want to see you here next week on our next episode of Talking Times. It's going to be on Tuesday, okay? Don't miss it. Bye bye.
Bye, guys.